Hey guys, this is Resist Control again. Today is Monday, October 7th of 2019, and I just wanted to show you what's on the world of bullshit news and programming for the masses and fear mongering. Anyways, we got up from CNN this article that I know that Zachary Hubbard hasn't seen it, but as soon as he finds it, I know that he's gonna make a blog post or even a YouTube video from it and make a bit better deco than myself. But I just want to document it anyways. So this is about, let me just read the headline. It says the FBI needs your help identifying victims of Samuel Little, America's most prolific serial killer. You know, Samuel Little, not a made up name at all, right? And I'm gonna make a little gematria on the name so you guys can see that it's a bullshit ass name. It's a made up person. This person, I don't know if it's real or not, or it's a guy that has just been set up for this agenda of fear mongering and division between races and sexes. You know, we're in the world where everything's about database of face recognition and all that, and apparently the FBI still needs our help to identify victims, right? And what's the next step for this agenda is to everybody to send a picture of themselves to the FBI database in case something happens to us. Like always, taking our privacy and our rights in the with the excuse that it's to protect us. So that's one agenda of this article, and then the other agenda is to divide the people among races and sex, like I said. So this is a African American guy or with African American descendants, and like always, you know, they're conditioning the masses so the masses to think that, you know, brown people or black people are danger and they are what's it called, perv guys, and they're sex offenders. And we're in 2019, you know, where everything has been about women and rights about women and feminazi shit and all that crazy dividing men against women and women against men. And, you know, it says here that he target woman, little target woman, as you can see it right there. And this article came out on Monday, and let me just show you. Let me see, because I found this article by the SF Gate, and here it is. You know, it says Samuel Little, 79, has been named the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history. The FBI confirmed on Sunday. On Sunday, right? And I'm gonna take it apart. So let me just show you what happened on what the other article that we have on the world of sports. In this case, is the Mexican soccer league. We have this U.S. soccer team, the Houston Dash, who went to play against the Mexican team, and apparently one of the fans took a picture with one of the woman, because it was a female soccer team, and as you can see it right here, the guy is grabbing her boob and the girl is just like smiling, taking a picture with him, and you know, he has this pervy looking, you know, the Mexican grabbing the white girl's boob. This is all bullshit, and this is all an agenda to divide the people and to make this brown people and black people seem like they are sex offenders and they are danger to society, and you know, more of the same shit, more of the bullshit programming. So just wanted to show you that and now let's take it apart. I want to take this apart a little bit. On regards to that, let me show you, you know, they have the serial killer drew portraits of the alleged victims. You know what's funny is that all those drawings are straight up fucking ugly. They are fucking pathetic and no skill at all. I mean, I'm an artist, and I'm just gonna be brutal, and I'm just gonna be quite honest, because they're like pathetic. They're like really bad. And I'm sure that they showing you these pictures because in the future they're gonna put them on sale. They're gonna make profit out of this. They're gonna be like, oh, they put them on eBay or something, for people to bet and see how much money they can get for it, and it's gonna be like a foundation to get money and give it to the victims and who wants to buy this horrible drawings by a serial killer, and it's gonna make a more of the same bullshit. And this is one of my drawings. Actually, I made this one up, one of my characters. So I am not the best, but I consider myself decent compared to this guy. Come on. And I know those drawings are gonna sell a lot, like if they're made up by a great artist. Anyways, I'm just gonna start rumbling on that, and let me get to what's decoding the headline. So it says Samuel Little 79. This is a story about confessing the murder of 93 victims. Okay, so right away, for the people who are not new, they know that murder equals 79. And I'm just gonna type it right here. Murder equals 79. So apparently the killer is 79 years old, and then murder equals 79. So he waited so long for him to be 79 to come out and confess more, right? Because he's aware of Kabbalah, because he knows this thing. So he's just gonna sit in there in jail and just come out when he's 79 years old to confess about his murders, right? Yeah, it's so believable. And then he says, confess to strangling 93 victims. 93, right? This happened on Sunday, as I showed you right here in the other article, because I couldn't find it by the FBI. So the FBI confirmed on Sunday. And what's funny about Sunday is the Sunday's day to worship the sun, right? It's all about sun worshiping and time and loops of time. And my class, my art class, they teach us about architecture a little bit. And to do architecture, we have 3 simple rules. Well, they say there are 3 simple rules because, they always work on 3. Even in classes, they just try to tell you the rule of thirds and the rule of threes and the complementary colors, which are 3 colors. Magenta, what's it called? I forgot the other 2 colors. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. Anyways, it's all about the rule of thirds, right? And they said that on architecture, and remember, Freemasonry, which are the most likely the ones programming the masses and ruling out the world, they are considered to be they consider themselves to be architects, the architects of society, and all this bullshit with their 47 compass and a square and all that. Well, in architecture, there's 3 rules. It's width, length, and space. But there's actually a 4th rule, right? Because they had to follow those 3 rules, the 3-dimensional rules, to build like a complex, to build a building, to build even a sculpture. So you consider length, width, and space. But the 4th rule that they don't talk about and they don't teach us about, and it might be as important as the other 3 rules, is the rule of time. Because I paid attention into all these sculptures and to all the things that these architectures do, and they consider the time when they make them. It's really important for them to make them the exact time, just as really important to make them the exact space or width or length. It's considered really important, and I think that's why they do everything in relation to time, because they think they're architectures and they feel like if they do everything according to time, everything's gonna come out perfect. And it's all about perfections, and it's also about the symmetry and the the geometry. There you go, the geometry of language, the geometry of the world. Gematria is forgot what I was gonna say. Is the geometry within language, and it's all about calculating and making sure everything fits like a puzzle perfectly on time, not only into what they're doing, but also into the time they're doing it. I think that's one of the reasons they consider time one of the most special things, and also consider that in geometry the most sacred shape is the sphere or the circle, because you could technically make any other shape out of the circle. Anyways, after explaining that, so it says that this happened on Sunday, and he killed 93 people, quote unquote. And as I have it over here, Earth is about 93 million miles far from the sun, known as one astronomical unit. 93 on Sunday, which is the worshiping of the sun, and then you got this 93 victims. So they have to throw that number out there. And they say the killings, it's right here. I'm just gonna highlight it up a little bit if I can, because damn it, I hate when they put it like this. Okay, from 1970 to 2005, and let's just see the lapse between the gap between 1970 and 2005, and I wasn't mistaken, it's 35 years of killing, or 35 years apart. Again, time is really important. And let's just take out the gematria of the name Samuel Little. I can't copy and paste this, I'm just gonna type it. Samuel Little. Samuel Little equals 149 on gematria on the English ordinal. And what's funny about that is the 149 is the 35th prime number. The gap between the killings is 35 years. So now you know why they choose the name as Samuel Little, which is a ridiculous name. It's a made-up name, and I don't even know if this person exists, to be honest, or it might exist. It might be just a guy who was set up, and he has spent his life in jail. 35 years in jail just for the sake of this agenda. If it's a real person, can you imagine being guilty of something that you didn't do, and to just spend your life just to fill up the agenda and the cabal? I think that's the reason why we need to stop doing this. I mean, stop these people from doing this. I think that's about it. I think there's more to it, but this is all what I want to cover, because I think if I show the simple stuff, a lot more people will catch up to this, and I think all of us should do that. Just show the simple things, because if we get too deep into it, people will not get it, or people think it will start to sound crazy. Even like this, I know that a lot of people are just gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, oh, this guy is crazy. The programming of the people, as stupid as always. So again, I'm just gonna go briefly cover it again. It says Samuel Little 79. It's about murder. 79. Samuel Little equals 149. 35 years apart between 1970 and 2005. I think I made the point. Anyways, that's it for today. And if you haven't subscribed to Zachary Skate Cover other channel, go do it. I want to make a point out of this, that he got his 19th channel deleted in 2019, in Chaos 2019, and he has been all about Chaos equals 19, and Zach has been talking about 19 all year long, and how he gets his channel deleted on 2019. And I don't know if he has covered that, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not sure if this is by coincidence, or this is more of the organic, or they did it intentionally to fill the cabal. And yeah, go subscribe to his new channel anyways. He's a great source of information. And as always, resist control.